We've all heard tales of the infamous manburg, the country where men could go and emancipate the brutality and tyranny of their rulers, but how did it come to be, and how did manburg become just another crater in the ground of the dream SMP? This is the rise and fall of the once great country of manburg. But before I continue this video, I want to say that I've been working on this project for months now, and just realized that there is no possible way that I am able to fit the entirety of manburg's history in a 9-minute video. So there will be 2 parts. I really hope you guys enjoy this series, and I will see you at the end of the video. It all started with one man called Wilbursoot, who quickly recruited Tommyinnit, making a one-person business into 2. But what is the business, some may ask? Drugs. They were selling drugs. Wilbur started the drug business in his Kamar van that he built from the ground up. At this point, Wilbur and Tommy began building a wall to protect their empire and to protect the Kamar van, with the help of fellow European Eret. But before continuing anything, Tommy and Wilbur decided to name their country inside the walls. With many names thrown around like Mantopia and Manburg, the final consensus was adding a little French "le" at the beginning of Manburg, officially putting Manburg on the map. After the Great Wall was built, another European logged onto the server right inside the official border of Manburg. Wilbur took this as a sign and declared Fundy his son. And with the final addition of Tubbo, manburg's founding fathers were set: Wilbursoot, Tommyinnit, Eret, Fundy, and Tubbo. Dream didn't like what was happening with manburg. In fact, Dream decided enough was enough and declared war on Wilbur and his country. With the recent news of war, Wilbur decided to make Tommyinnit his right-hand man. Tommy obviously accepted. And with that, the troops marched into battle. Dream, George, Sapnap, and Punz versus Wilbur, Tommy, Eret, Fundy, and Tubbo. The first battle was located at Tommy's old home, the manburg embassy, and it seemed to favor the manburg troops. The Dream SMP members retreated, leading manburg to believe they won. With the victory of battle, Eret brought the 5th Battalion, an odd name given to the team by Tommyinnit, back to the country they built, knowing exactly what he needed to do. Eret led the members into a tunnel, the final control room, betraying his country, his friends, his family. The Dream SMP members came out and killed each member of manburg, taking the first canon lives of Wilbur, Tommy, Tubbo, and Fundy. This left everyone distraught and confused. With nothing left, the remaining members of manburg met up with Dream on the border of the wall surrounding the country. Dream standing in front of a single piece of TNT. Wilbur allowed Dream to detonate the TNT, thinking it's only that single piece, not knowing the entirety of his country was rigged and ready to explode. And just like that, all the hard work put into manburg was blown up. But the troops weren't ready to give up yet, especially Tommy. Tommy challenged Dream to a bow fight. Half a heart, 10 paces. The country's freedom on the line, as well as Mellow High, one of Tommy's most prized possessions. The bow fight was done on the now well-known prime path. Wilbur started the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paces fire. And with that, Dream won the bow duel, not only taking Tommy's second canon life, but manburg's independence. Oh, but the story isn't over for our favorite country. No. Tommy sacrificed his discs, Mellow High and Cat, for the freedom of the country he helped build. And they declared independence legally for the first time, with Wilbur as president and Tommy as his vice. With the newfound independence manburg and Wilbur experienced, Wilbur felt it was unfair that he placed himself in the position of power without any democratic election that put him there. Initially, it was going to be a single-party system, with Will running for president and Tommy running with him as vice, under the name POG 2020, meaning politicians of gaming, so that there was a guarantee of them winning. But a man called Quackity refused to let tyranny, as he called it, continue. Quackity entered the race for president with George Not Found as his running mate, under the name Swag 2020, meaning So We Are Gamers. After weeks of campaigning and debates, the final day to campaign came up. Swag 2020 was meant to get KSI to endorse them, but he didn't answer any of the calls. George also slept through the campaign, not looking too good for Swag. Pog 2020 got Vicstar as their endorsement, and also Jay Schlatt, but Schlatt had other plans. Schlatt decided to run under his own campaign, Schlatt 2020. This made Wilbur and Quackity very nervous. The two parties decided to combine their votes if Schlatt beat either of them, making a coalition government. After Quackity understood what Will really meant, he didn't agree with anything he was saying, and decided to combine with Schlatt instead, making Swag 2020 and Schlatt 2020 a permanent coalition government. The day of the election results came around and decided the fate of manburg. Schlatt 2020 came in third with 16% of the votes. Swag 2020 came in second with 30% of the votes, meaning Pog 2020 won with 45% of the votes. The remaining percent of the votes went to Coconut 2020, consisting of Fundy and Nikki, but they didn't really stand a chance. Because of Schlatt and Swag's deal, the coalition government won with 46% of the votes, putting Schlatt in power with Quackity as the new vice president. And with new people in power comes with new laws and even exiles. Schlatt's first decree as president of manburg was to revoke the citizenship of Wilbursoot and Tommyinnit. Wilbur and Tommy were chased out of manburg, but during the chase, Will was shot and killed by Punz, taking his second canon life. Once safe and away, the former leaders of manburg needed to find a place to hide. They dug into a hill and miraculously found a huge double ravine they called Pogtopia, and made it their new home. Over in manburg, Schlatt decided to tear down a very important part of history, the wall that kept everyone and everything in manburg safe. This angered almost everyone on the SMP, but he didn't just stop there. He made a law changing manburg's name to Manburg because they don't take L's. Besides exiling two of the founding fathers, tearing down the wall, and changing the name of the country, Schlatt wasn't that bad of a president, considering he didn't really do anything other than that, at least for the time being. Over in Pogtopia, though, Wilbur and Tommy got Technoblade to join the revolution, looking for any way possible to bring Schlatt down and become the leaders of manburg once again. With weeks of preparation over in Pogtopia, by Wilbur getting explosives, manburg was getting ready to hold a festival for democracy. And that is where I'll be stopping this video. The rest of manburg's history will be in the next part, which I'm trying to get out around next week. And seeing that this is my first video, liking, commenting, and subscribing will totally help out the channel for future projects that I really want to do, and I really hope you guys liked the video. I will see you guys next week with the second part of the Rise and Fall of manburg, and I hope you have a good day.